Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Brett Marsh from Spartan Metals. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Tracy. Thanks for having me.
Well, I appreciate you taking time and stepping, you're in the middle of a drilling program in Nevada and you've stepped off the field for a minute to talk to us about the most recent presidential order.
Yeah, so it's something that I think we've really been waiting for within the industry, and it's very topical for Spartan, I believe, because it really pushes these defense contractors to get domestic sources for their various critical metals, and tungsten being among the chief metal of interest. So it's definitely something that we're keeping a very close eye on, and doing our best to engage with folks within Washington to make sure that they understand what Spartan has to offer.
Well, this order came out, what, the last week of July? I think Jack Lipton said, it's basically a rehashing of everything we already knew was in play. But it actually, I thought, was quite extraordinary because so much time had been put into reinforcing that it is now officially a top priority for the president's office.
Yeah, for sure. I think, the one thing that I think the new order did there at the end of July was it actually moved from what used to be just guidance and providing general preference for contractors to get domestic sources to really now almost forcing them to develop domestic sources, because a lot of the waivers are going to be taken away that they've been using up until this point to import from non-allied sources. So it's definitely a situation where I think the government still doesn't even understand how far back that they need to go in the supply chain, and I think that puts Spartan in a great position because we're at the very beginning of it. So we cover a very critical gap that I see right now in the supply chain.
Well, if you don't mind, let's just go through the executive order 14415 priorities, starting with the critical minerals that they were prioritizing, and of course, your tungsten. Let's start with that.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, we're positioned really well. Tungsten, of course, is one of the most sought after critical metals for defense purposes, but then also now within high tech and strategic technology. I think it's definitely one of those metals that's got the multi-use platform, and it's really going to be sought after very, very intently.
We were talking just before we started this interview. I was with a group from Washington that's dealing with the issue of traceability from the
Yeah.
mine and how they're trying to get this all ready and finalized on how they're actually going to deploy it. I mentioned to them that a critical minerals associate of ours had put 30 million into a traceability for cobalt a few years back and felt it had been quite unsuccessful. Do you have any idea how they're going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I think they're going to be doing trying to leverage a lot from Project Vault. I know there's some agencies and some groups within there that have developed some kind of more advanced military type of blockchain style technology that they want to be able to apply to a lot of these different critical metals. But I don't think it's really gotten off the ground yet. And I don't really think that there's a lot of momentum behind it yet. So I'm hopeful that or I'm optimistic rather, that this executive order will kind of help move that forward, and that's something that I think we plan to be part of.
And of course, one of the primary catalysts is scalability. We've got to get this into production. We've got to get the supply chains working. You're in Nevada. You have tungsten, which is one of the hottest critical minerals out there. You're currently drilling. Let's get an update on how Spartan Metals is doing because the pressure's on.
Yeah, it sure is. But we like it that way. It helps keep us moving forward. I mean, as you've seen over the last several weeks and a couple of months, rather, that we've actually put out a lot of very successful press releases detailing our surface exploration program leading up to this drilling program. And so we've really selected some pretty high priority targets. We've gotten a very preliminary results back from a geophysics program that we've actually been running concurrently with our other field exploration that's really highlighted some significant targets at our Eagle project. And so that really gives us a lot of confidence that when we put our drill holes in, that we're really going to find something that is going to make everybody excited. I'm really excited to start seeing the results myself.
Well, I'm going to make you my unofficial political commentator on our presidential executive orders moving forward. So, Brett, thank you so much for your
Yeah,
update today. And for everybody interested in finding out more about tungsten and Spartan Metals, please go to the following website. Thank you, Brett.
yeah. Thanks, Tracy. Great to be here.